will be as
Hey, what's going on, guys? It is the SMT. Thanks for tuning in to watch this video. If you appreciate the quick and timely and very inclusive and descriptive updates on the T-Mobile and Sprint merger, do me a favor, hit that like button and share this to your favorite social media, and that'll definitely help the channel grow quite a bit, and I appreciate that greatly. All right, so we have day 9, T-Mobile and Sprint merger trial update. This one is actually pretty brief, and I've got an analysis and a conclusion towards the end of the video, and make sure you stay tuned for that. All right, so there was a little bit more testimony today from Professor Katz, and in this testimony, he spoke to Shapiro's testimony, which came, I don't know if it was earlier this week or if it was at the end of last week. I don't know, I feel like it was earlier this week. Anyways, there was some other additional testimony from Solomon, speaking specifically about Sprint and its vitality and its place in the marketplace and competing, market-wise and things like that. Anyways, the focus from Solomon was about Sprint's recent financial troubles, revenues, poor performances in the quarters. It's been several really bad quarters. Progressively, it has gotten worse. That's been indicated by, all the numbers and all the financial reports. Reasoning, obviously, there's a clear indication of the merger uncertainty. We got quotes saying, "We are going to wait for the merger." I don't know if you guys remember when I did that video. That was from Michael Combs at the town hall meeting several months ago. And being that you're kind of all in, right? You're all in on the merger and you've got this, all your eggs in this basket, you're kind of stuck. You're in limbo. So the company has been underperforming. The company has been struggling. There's no sign of improvement. That simply just complicates it and make it worse. Think, back to April 2018 when this merger had finally reached an agreement in principle between the two companies. Since then, more and more customers have been leaving, Sprint on a monthly basis. Their churn rate is very, very high. This was one of the topics discussed. And then even what came up in this testimony with Solomon was the lifeline, which you guys remember also when I covered this story with Sprint, charging, the lifeline accounts, getting paid from the FCC for the, the customers that actually weren't truly receiving the service. Were no longer qualifying or whatever was happening, and upon audit, they got caught up in that. Anyways, Solomon did speak on this and talked about the true adjustment of the numbers on this low-income fraud, and if you think about it, it just makes the case for Sprint being unable to compete, look even more truthful or more likely. So that being said, Sprint's going to need to pay that money back. It just puts them deeper in the hole. It increases their debt for sure. So the revenue numbers for them is probably even worse. Anyways, they talked a little bit about churn. Sprint does have some serious churn issues. Their customer retention patterns are very poor. I know that the last time I checked from the last quarterly reports, their prepaid churn was almost 5%. It was like 4.97, which is an absolutely astonishing number. I've never seen or heard anything like that before, to show you how extremely high that is. Prepaid rates overall have improved and stabilized up to that point. I don't know, the market numbers there, that's just a crazy number. It's so high. And their postpaid churn, obviously the highest in the market. So clearly losing customers, financials not as strong. Also, just to kind of keep in mind, there's been so many unique reveals, things we didn't know that were going on behind closed doors, things about Dish, things about Sprint, things about T-Mobile. A lot of things that were admitted and disclosed to the judge that the judge can think about and considering before making, his final decision. Marrero has exposed quite a bit of information that even us as consumers, have never known up till this point. So one of those being that Dish tried to buy Sprint and Clearwire, which would have given them possession of the 2.5 spectrum. We're talking years ago, guys. We're talking, what year would that have been, the Clearwire purchase? I want to say it was like late in the 2000s decade. Anyways, that tells you how they got the 2.5 gigahertz spectrum when they got it, and how it could have possibly have been Dish's, right, if they would have made that purchase. The emphasis for 2.5, you think about 2.5 gigahertz, it's all about 5G. And from what I understand, behind the scenes, there's a lot of chatter amongst politicians, amongst market experts when it comes to networks. They're really fearful about the United States' place in 5G on a competitive level globally. How are we going to compare to China? How do we compare to other countries across, the globe? So that's going to be one of the big pieces, and I think Judge Marrero actually is probably going to end up considering that because it's part of what's going on with the FCC and the DOJ. So my impressions here is, basically through this point, I think the state attorneys general are stinking it up. They're not doing an effective job of much of anything. Dish obviously was handpicked by Deutsche Telekom, and it appears SoftBank as well. They're going to help them secure a loan and help them save money to solidify the deal. The FCC didn't want Dish. Looks like just a couple of calls and some deals between Charlie Ergen and some senators made that happen. Get Dish vetted in that way. Got Dish better network deals. The DOJ, you think about Makin Del Rahim, how he did that. Dish has been taking advantage of so many pivotal pieces in this deal. All the loan opportunities, all the deals, all the ins with the network, the MVNO side. The bottom line is the DOJ approved this. They want this. It's been cleared of antitrust. It's been approved by the FCC. The states claim that this is anti-competitive. They claim this is antitrust. Their argument, the state AGs, is that the FCC and the DOJ are incompetent and they failed to do the right thing here. And in my opinion, I just feel like a deal or a settlement is imminent. I think something's going to be happening very soon. A lot of people are saying that we could potentially see something tomorrow. I don't know. Is there any indication of that? I can't say that there is. But a lot of people were talking about December 20th. Some people were saying after the holidays, which would put it after the new year. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But keep it tuned. Keep it locked here to the channel. I think a deal is brewing. I think we are expecting something soon. So make sure that you are subscribed and you hit that notification bell so whenever it does get released or we do catch news of that, you'll be the first to know. So hang tight. Keep it tuned. We'll get that information to you as things develop here with the T-Mobile and Sprint merger. Again, if you like and appreciate this video, please do hit that thumbs up button. It helps the channel tremendously. Share it to your favorite social media, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. I do appreciate that very much. Also, if you want to check out some SMT communities, we got the Patreon page. We also have the Discord server. And there's also the podcast links. They're there in the description box. Got the Twitter handle. All types of goodies there. Check it out. Much appreciated. Thank you again for watching. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. We'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.